Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well, and I should be looking this way. I hope you guys are doing well and safe, and everything is well for with you guys. After almost I think over a month now, today I'm just making another quick video. Um, I know in my channel I think I have a bunch of videos on moving to Canada, immigration, the visa process and application process and all of these things. To be honest, this is not my genre. This is not my expertise. I am not an expert in this. Um, Everything that I share is purely from my own experience. So I hope you guys will understand that. Obviously, if you need professional, advice or professional consultancy, then you should contact someone who is expert in this. But anyway. Um, uh, Again, just like before, I'm just gonna share something from my personal experience, and this might actually help you guys. So, um, move before you even think of moving overseas, right? As a if you want to apply for permanent residency and whatever it is, before you even think of that, there are a few things. There are especially two things in my mind. Two things are very very important. Let's talk about Canada, right? And this will apply to other countries as well, and you guys can do your own, I guess, research and due diligence. But if we pick Canada, right, just for the sake of this video, if we pick Canada, there are two things, and like I said, this is very common for any other country as well. If we pick two things, make sure that you have or you are ready to actually tackle that these two challenges, right? So first is your IELTS, second is your proof of fund. Now let me explain these two, right? Before you even think, before obviously you have a plan that, look, I want to move to Canada in this visa or in this express entry or this immigration program, whatever it is, right? These two will come in every single program, right? You need your IELTS, especially if you I don't know if they have any exemption for the people who are from English speaking country, those five countries, I think: Australia, New Zealand, UK, South Africa, and America. But anyway, beside the point, if you're from any other countries, if you are not from a non-English speaking country, then obviously you need to sit for IELTS exam, right? So, and IELTS, the score they will get in your IELTS exam, that can actually make or break. And when I say make or break, means it will actually dictate which way you'd be able to apply, in which program you'd be able to apply, how much point you will get, if you have any shortage, then what else you need to do. So everything, so IELTS sort of will guide your process. If you And why I say this, the reason I say this is, say for example, you are confident, you're very good in English, and look, it's no harm to tell yourself um, genuinely that, yes, genuinely, if I sit for IELTS exam, I will get X score, right? So the reason I say this is, if you know, or if you already have set for IELTS exam, and you have received probably, I don't know, 8, say for example you have received 8 in every single band, right? That will give you a higher point. Therefore, your process will be different than if someone take the IELTS exam and get 6, right? So this will actually dictate. So both of you cannot apply for the same program. Or maybe you can, but the person who gets 6 maybe need to do something else to actually cover up the points, because these immigration programs, countries like Australia, Canada, these are point based, right? So they're always set point. There's at least a minimum point. So you have to reach that minimum point and beyond that, right? To secure your chance. So always make sure, before you even think of, oh, I want to go to Canada, I want to go to here, there. Make sure you fully focus on IELTS exam or any English exam, whatever English exam is required. Make sure you properly prepare for the exam, and forget about everything else. What will happen after IELTS exam, and how you'll go there, and once you go there, when you're gonna buy the house and buy the car. Forget about all those. Sit for IELTS exam. Make sure you do it very very well, because that will dictate what is going to happen after that. Okay, so that's number one. So please make sure you focus on IELTS, right? um, and then you can think of what's going to happen next. Now, after IELTS, say for example, you got your IELTS exam, IELTS score, right? Your result, you got a good marks and whatnot. After that, there's another thing that also is unavoidable, right? You cannot avoid that fact, and that is very, very. I'm going to be very realistic and very practical. That is proof of funds. So, again, let's talk about Canada. If you want to apply for your permanent residency, towards the end, so once you get your invitation for your PR application, then you also need to prove. If you're not in, look, some category of this express entry will not require you to submit a proof of funds, such as Canadian Experience Class, CEC. If you already in Canada, if you're already working in Canada, and if you apply from Canada for the PR, then obviously you don't need it, because the government will understand that you already have a job, you facilitating your family, providing your family. That's all good, which is very common sense. But if you're from overseas, if you're from some other countries, and you're applying for your PR, then obviously government wants to see that do you have enough money to support your family, because of course what government is saying is technically is that there is no such guarantee that once you go to that country, from day one you'll get a job to provide your family. So all they want to see is whether you have enough money or not. They don't want you to pay. You don't have to pay this money to anyone, but you just have to prove that yes, you have certain amount of money. Now this certain amount of money that you need to show the proof for, it's already stated in the websites, right? It's already stated in the website. If you do a little bit of Google search, that settlement fund for Canada immigration, or proof of funds for Canada immigration, express entry, or Australia student visa, whatever it is, you need to. If you do a bit of search, if I can, I'll put the link down below of this video. You will see it. So the reason I'm saying that this is important is that you may be have a brilliant score in your IELTS. You may be have all your educational background paperworks, your professional experience paperworks, police clearance, and your educational credential assessment. Everything is done, but the proof of funds, it's not a small amount. It's a pretty big amount that you have to show. Again, you just have to show that you don't have to pay. And there's quite a few ways. I think you can feel free to go and check the link. They need to see a bank statement, whether you have savings, like it's a savings account or it's a fixed deposit, whatever it is in your name, that you can access anytime. That sort of documents they want to see, and they have clearly stated. So no confusion. Go to the link. Clearly says what are the acceptable form of documents. And how much money do you need, and that depends on the family member. So if one person is X amount, if you and your spouse, then it's Y amount. If you have one kid, then this, two kids, so 2 plus 2, 4 people in the family, then this amount. So it tells you all the the entire table of the proof of funds is already there. The reason is, as I was saying, you might be having everything, but you might not have the proof of fund. So, don't get, I guess, demotivated or frustrated towards the end of the process of this. And also, proof of funds is not something that you can set $20,000. It's not easy for everyone to have $20,000 put in the bank and then show. Now you have to have it first of all. Second of all, you also need to mature it. Means you need to have most of the programs requires you to have that for at least 6 months. In some, I think Atlantic program or maybe another 1 or 2 programs, they require you to have for 3 months. So again, you need to have the money, and you need to have it for at least 6 months. If more, that's better. You need to have it. Again, you don't have to pay anything, but at least you need to to be able to show that money, you need to have that money in your bank account, right? So please make sure you go through this information, you go through these details. It's very clear. You don't need to ask a bunch of people. You don't need to watch anything. It's already in the website. Whatever country you apply for, every single country's, especially I can talk about Australia and Canada, right? So these countries, their website is very clear, very clean. You can just go there, go have a look. Just make sure you see the entire spectrum, right? You see from the start to the end, and you know exactly what you need to do. Don't start the process and then halfway through you realize, oh, I need to show proof of funds. Oh, I don't have this proof of funds, and then you might get frustrated or sad or depressed, whatever it is. So make sure that you have a clear vision that I want to apply for this. These are the requirements from start to the end, absolutely to the end. These are the requirements. Do I have it? Yes, good. If I don't have it, then what do I have to do, or is there any other option? Can I even afford to do that? Because in some people, okay, $20,000, no problem, I can manage it, but I might need to wait for a little bit. Okay, some people might be saying, okay, it's not possible for me. That is it. There's no way I can manage this, right? For whatever reason it is. So make sure you have at least these two things. Because beside these two items, what else you have? You pretty much have your educational background, the paperwork for educational background, your professional background, your police clearance, your medical. So these are all other things you can obviously manage. There's nothing complicated about all of this, right? As long as you have legit information, documents, you can provide. But this proof of funds, there's no consideration, right? If you need that much of money to show as a proof of funds, you have to show that. There's no other way around. IELTS depends on your performance, whatever however you perform in your exam, that is it. There's no other way to alter this, right? So these two items, please make sure that you keep in mind. Recently I have come across few incidents that people started their process towards the end. They realized that they have issues with proof of funds. They have or maybe in the beginning they thought they're very confident about IELTS exam, they will get 8 and whatnot, but then after family issues and whatever it is, they realize that they're not actually scoring high enough, and that is giving them a deficit. So please make sure all of this, and I will see you guys. I'm just gonna end it right here. I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I will start talking about other things. So let me know if you have any questions about this in the comment section, and yeah, like the video if you like, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. See you in the next video. Peace.